right. Good evening to whoever may be listening at home. My name is Martin Salvatore, and I've.
AKA dumb bitch.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh, Pestino.
So, I've been asked by this random guy to read some bad fan fiction or something.
Wait, are we supposed to do our introductions too?
Suppose so. Introduce yourselves.
Nikki, do you want to do it first?
I'm trying to think of something funny. Just give me a second.
Hang on, chat. She's loading.
Put your hamster in the microwave. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
That works. So the story we're going to be reading tonight is Sonic X Episode 80, Revenge of the Jungle Trap. I'm not that familiar with Sonic or any of that jazz, so pardon me if I sound a bit old.
Okay,
I
Grandpa.
used to all the time with one of my human best friends whenever I'd go over to her house.
Jupiter heckin' loves Silver the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Twink.
As you may know, the one and only Sonic anime, Sonic X, was my third favorite show. The first being SpongeBob, second being The Amazing World of Gumball, and fourth
Ace.
being Adventure Time. I don't know
I love how irrelevant that is, but go
Yeah.
off, I guess.
what the hell is SpongeBob.
Okay, I read ahead. Why is Tokyo Mew Mew mentioned?
But now these days, 4Kids barely announces new episodes of the show. Just some Yu-Gi-Oh episodes, Tokyo Mew Mew / Mew Mew Power episodes, and other crap I can think of. But
why is Yu-Gi-Oh spelled like that?
there was an episode of Sonic X I hated named Girls Jungle Trap, which was episode 58. I hated that episode a lot because Amy, Cream, and Cosmo are kidnapped in a fucking jungle, and Sonic, Tails, Chris, and other boy characters I can think of are supposed to save them, and that was obviously one of the worst ideas 4Kids ever came up with. It ruined Son Amy, too. What? Episode 52 and 65, in my opinion, were so much better.
Oh god, he's on the ship.
Too, by the way.
I'm not processing any of this.
I like Son Out. I can't speak. Oh god. I'm okay.
At school, one of my friends were talking about the future of Sonic X, and I didn't really bother joining that chat because they were spamming about a sequel to Girls Jungle Trap. Shut your jungle trap. I just watched them talk about that shit until I heard the word episode 80 come to my head. So I joined that chat even though I didn't bother to. Did you join it or not?
Make it make sense!
I asked them about episode 80, but my girlfriend said that 4Kids has not reached that episode yet because they didn't do episode 9 yet. That's typically how that works. At 3 p.m.
Yes,
I was finally able to go home, but when I walked home from school, I found an abandoned tape, and the tape said Sonic X80 on it.
Boy, that's really convenient.
Bingo! Yeah. I have found the lost episode. Pretty much I haven't found any lost tapes in my life, so this was a really big find. When I went home, I realized that Mom and Dad hate having unknown tapes in the house. Gee, I wonder why. So I hid it behind my books in a bookshelf. On Friday night, Mom and Dad were out to a meeting. and I had to look after my brother Anthony.
My name is Anthony, and I am your father, and I make you ham.
At
Oh,
1
God.
a.m., I started thinking about the tape. So I got the tape and played it on my TV. I was hoping it would absolutely not be any Girls Jungle Trap shit ruining my TV screen. I wonder what will come up, I thought to myself. I was hoping the volume to be low because I didn't want to wake up my brother Anthony. Anyways, when I played the tape, it showed a countdown and then the episode started. Instead of showing the stuff that happens before the intro, it skipped all the way to the intro. I hummed along to the song, nothing odd, but until I saw that Chris was missing. I think it's because of the fact he left to his home back in episode 78. I continued anyway. The title of the episode was Revenge of the Jungle Trap. When I saw the title, I was alarmed because the sentence jungle trap, that's not a sentence, meant, MENT, that it's most likely gonna be the same shit that happened in Girls Jungle Trap. And not to mention that it.
Calling just jungle trap a sentence, like, of course that's considered a sentence when episode 80 is considered a singular word.
Oh, God.
And not
That's
to
so slay.
And
Love
not to
that.
mention that it also said a special Son Amy episode on the top, and from the writer of Girls Juggle Trap on the bottom.
Oh, my God. Oh, what were they thinking?
I was starting to think, was this episode meant to be released for all the Son Amy fans, including me? The episode began. The episode began with Sonic and Amy at a fancy restaurant. That's not how you spell restaurant. The
I
name of
got
that
it.
restaurant was Le Café Miro et Divan. Pretty much. That was odd, seeing as that was the name of a restaurant in the 2000 horror film Final Destination.
Love how bro just knows that.
Okay, can we stop for a second? I know that restaurant is hard to spell, but Jesus Christ, that is a terrible way of spelling it.
Restaurant.
A restaurant.
Amy was wearing a dress that was seen in episode 65 of Sonic X. Sonic was wearing a fancy tuxedo.
Why would Sonic clothes?
Amy and Sonic were about to kiss. I thought to myself, yay! Except there was something strange and wrong. The music was playing in reverse, and the animation was in a grayscale. Strange, I know. Just when Amy was about to kiss Sonic, an asshole kidnapped Amy, and then I said very loudly, "What the fuck? No! Not again!"
I'm just imagining a giant floating asshole just came over and just her up.
I hope I never see that anywhere in the future.
Looks into the camera knowingly.
Then Sonic was sent into action, but then the screen cut to black. I was like, huh? The screen then snapped back with Tails bending down to Cosmo's grave and saying, "I miss you, Cosmo," in a sad, loving tone.
Can we pause for a second? Who the heck is Cosmo again? Hang on, I'm about to fucking search something up real quick.
He was then he was interrupted by Amy's yell for help. Sonic said,
What the heck is this?
How would he sound? Don't worry, I'm coming for you. but the animation was blurry this time, and all I saw was a blue blob jumping over the yellow one and was headed towards the pink one. I
The
pretty
pink one is
much
here.
I pretty much wanted to turn off the TV, but I didn't really want to. Make up your mind.
Hang on, I apparently never seen this character before. Maybe I need to start watching Sonic X or something. Hang on. I'll post a picture of them real quick.
Oh, I
Oh
see.
yeah, that one. The one that looks like the one rose Pokemon that I'm forgetting the name of.
Oh, I can't remember that Pokemon's name either.
I wanted to see the rest of the episode. 2 minutes later, there was a scene of Cream all alone in a subway. I gotta pop up one of my knuckles. There we go. When she boarded a train, the train announcer said, "Next stop, Grieving Park." For some reason, Grieving Park happens to be a sad park. Okay.
Where Azazel was born.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Was Cream upset over something? I was hoping she wouldn't cry, but she did. Her crying was really annoying as my brother's crying. Both are way too loud, but Cream's was louder as hell. My ears were bleeding unconstantly.
What?
Me when my ears are bleeding unconstantly hyper realistic blood.
Oh, not the hyper realistic blood.
Luckily, my brother did not wake up. The scene of her sadness ended. Thank God. The scene then showed Shadow with Rouge. Rouge was being a bitch in front of Shadow. Shadow
I was
said,
being mentally ill.
Okay.
Ugh, why is she so aggressive? And then the scene showed Amy in the prison. The prison she was in had blood all over the walls and the floor. I was like, holy fucking shit! Then a black screen came up again. I was like, shit. Then a girl's scream came out of the loudspeakers. I jumped with fear.
Okay, can we stop real quick? Why does this feel like this is written by Busy Pop?
I don't know who that is, but
Oh right, okay, yeah. Nikki,
that
you want to explain Busy Pop?
Hold on, let me just, and then it's like the 10-minute cut, and then like a image of the Alistair template redrawn, but with
Oh god.
Okay, there you go.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That moment almost gave me a heart attack. The screen snapped back again. Cream was then wearing a black dress. I freaked out, saying, "What the? Is her mother Vanilla dead?" I was scared shitless.
Cream turned
But
into Haven.
But the worst came. Cream hanged herself with a noose around her neck and hands tied behind her back. So her mother Vanilla did die.
I love how that's the correlation here. That's how Bro's able to tell. You just become Sayori. Oh, okay, guess your mom's dead.
Damn, I kind of can scream in this second. Oh.
Damn it.
I was then yelling, and the screen went to black again. I said to myself, please no scream, please. Then the screen snapped back. Sonic was then kidnapped too. Then I said,
I like
oh
how I
shit.
can't tell if Bro meant cream or scream. I think it's funnier as scream. It seems like something that a kid on Roblox that I'd bully would say.
Then he was thrown into the exact same cell Amy was in. I was then worrying. And 4 minutes later, it was even worse than before. 4 minutes? What the hell was going on? The prison guards then turned Amy into a vampire. She had
Oh my
evil
god, you got
red eyes. She had evil red eyes, and she had a snake-like tongue. She bit Sonic's neck and started sucking his blood, and then he turned into a vampire too.
yes, bitch, slay.
I then started to get scared even more. I screamed and then started to cry with pain. I said, "No! Please don't! Stop, stop, stop! Please!" It was starting to get worse. What was weird is that every Sonic X episode was always about 20 minutes, beating Eggman being 40 minutes. However, this one was about an hour and 40 minutes due to the long-ass black screens. I was continuing to sob, yet wanting to vomit my guts out. I was sobbing even more. Then it was far off worse than what happened. There was wedding music, but it was played in a high, scary pitch.
Me and
And there,
Azzy's wedding, for real.
and there was also a creepy siren noise. That noise was similar to the siren noise you hear in Silent Hill or something.
Yep,
Silent
literally,
Hill?
me and
Silent
Azzy's
Hill
wedding.
The scene
Okay, I got way
was
too excited. Make sure you invite me to y'all's wedding.
God.
the scene was then showing Sonic and Amy making Tails bleed to death unconstantly.
Dang, what the
Tails was screaming for help. I was unconstantly crying and yelling. Then the same exact thing happened to Tails also happened to Rouge, Knuckles, SBO, Charmy, Shadow, and Vector.
Get Shadow out of this, bitch. No, get death.
what did Charmy do to you?
I was freaking out so loud. Then Amy and
Charmy, like
Sonic
two?
were laughing evilly. I was screaming and crying and saying, "Amy, Sonic, no!" And then the
All this
I love
over.
how you into a dog for that one.
And then the credits came with the scary wedding music still playing. The credits even had the names of people I don't even know. The copyright notice at the end said copyright for kids 2002. It was pretty odd seeing as Sonic X was created in 2003. After the episode was over, scary wedding music was still playing. And then it showed the writer of Girls' Jungle Trap on the subway tracks. She was sobbing uncontrollably as I was, but then an on-speeding train was heading towards her, and that was it. She was hit by the train. She was dead. And
I
then
feel like there's a joke in here that I want to make, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Then the scary wedding music ended, but then there was Russian text. I was afraid of Russian text because it reminds me of the sounds of hell.
How the fight? Okay.
I hope a Russian person finds you
Fire.
and strangles you. Then there was a scary voice reading the text. Then I got scared even more. I called the cops. They arrived just in time to see what was happening. As soon as they arrived, it then showed a kid in a school hallway drinking from a water fountain. Then the tape ended abruptly, and when I was about to take the tape out of the VCR, it fell on the floor, with the picture tapes scrambled in it. I explained the cops everything about the tape. My brother Anthony woke up. He wanted to know
Bro
what the
didn't
hell
wake
was
up from him
happening.
like screaming at his shitty fanfic video.
The cops told him what happened. Then the cops took me and Anthony to an open late cafe. One of the cops told me that I may have had a bad dream. I told him
Why
it
did they take
wasn't.
him out for this?
I then opened the tape and showed him what was on the picture tapes. He was then shocked at what I showed him, and then he tried smashing the tape into little pieces, but the tape was indestructible.
What did the cops ask where his parents are? Because his parents are out.
Dead ass. Why would he try and destroy the evidence?
Yeah.
God, I already have enough trouble trying to do that on my own. I wish it was that easy. They just do it for me. God.
The next day, Saturday, I found a random sticky note on the tape. It said, Girls Jungle Trap was not supposed to exist. It was created to replace the... I can't even read that. I was finally able to translate what the person and the text said. I translated it to English, and it happened to be saying, Abandon hope in thy God. In 10 years, Sonic and Amy will get you. I was scared and doomed.
Ecor.
I tried doing a little research on the episode on IMDb, but nothing came up. I got a burp. Fuck. I need to lay off the booze.
Yes, bitch. Slay.
I already know that 4Kids has their own YouTube channel, so I emailed them about the episode and got a reply saying, Thank you for contacting us about this episode. One thing, how on earth did you find out about that? We never, ever thought we would have to go through this again. Basically, the person who came up with the idea of Girls Jungle Trap actually did die. We fired her for having this as a sequel to the episode you hated. We are sorry, Vincent, yeah, that is my name, that you are seriously upset about the episode. Apology to burst your bubble about the copyright notice saying 2002, but Sonic X goes way back as the world would know it. And we never did put any vampire stuff or the evil wedding music or the creepy sirens or any scary stuff like that. Neither did we put that Russian text. We're not that sick. Now, this is our theory. The writer just actually edited it and put all that stuff in. Then she hidden it at the dumpster where you find it right in... I censored the name of my hometown, I know. When you are walking home from school. Oh, and about that footage of her subway death and the kid in the hallway. We do not know. We did not. Sorry, Vincent, from the bottom of our hearts for your concern. We didn't even know why those last two clips were in. 4Kids, aka the company involved with Revenge of the Jungle.
Okay, one thing. How did Girly Pop hide the tape if there's footage of her dying on it?
That's what I'm wondering. Also, never read this creepypasta or troll pasta, whatever it is, to Jupiter. They're gonna have Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah, and I also love this guy that bro emailed, and thanks for clearing that all up. Thanks for having literally all of the answers and removing all of the mystery, even though there's none to be found here.
Anyway, episode origin. There is no origin of the episode, clearly. It is known to be the first person to watch this committed suicide. Is that their name, given that it's the capitalized letters?
Oh man,
I'd like to meet this person.
Was such a cool person.
He said, "Death and suffering should not be known of this." 13 times before taking out a revolver and shooting himself. What else? Well, apparently, if you find the exact same tape as I did, I want you to stay the fuck away from it. If you have seen any abandoned tapes too, contact 4Kids by YouTube only. Because when a Sonic X viewer death is compared to this, it has to be something terrifying.
I'm gonna pretend any of that made sense.
What's that link though? Like with the 2@12
That
d dot.
apparently that's it's coming up as like an email or something.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Are there any photos?
Oh my god, there's video versions of this? Fire?
Apparently, people have read this before I did.
Damn.
Good to know.
Now we can be put on a friggin' list.
They're not gonna know about us. I don't even know why we're involved in this.
So I could technically scream any like swear word and no one would know.
I don't think that would be advisable, but
Fuck. Oh, that felt good actually.
So my thoughts on the story, it's bad. It's very bad.
It is very shitty. I do not like it.
It would have been peak if it was Shad Amy instead of Son Amy.
Real.
I don't think anything can save this fucking story.
Nuh-uh.
Anyway, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of the guy who asked me to do this real quick. Thanks for watching whatever this was, viewers.
Yep.
Hee hee.